Hi, I'm Dr. Meredith Dose, and I'm here with a very special guest today by the name of Pastor Purvis Hall. He is currently building a church, or moving his church to 4th Ward, and he has a very interesting story to share with all of us. Pastor?
Yes, ma'am.
Talk to us. Tell us what's going on.
Well, we're new, like you said, we're a new church plant in the 4th Ward area. We didn't really plan to come to 4th Ward. We had other options. We wanted to go other places, but God saw fit to lead us to 4th Ward. Kind of story that our story is accomplished in. I was at a lecture at the Gregory Library, left that lecture, walked outside, saw a house that kind of drew me in, had a release sign in the yard. And God kind of said, this is the place I want you to plant the church. I said, well, God, you know, with gentrification, there are no African Americans in the community anymore. They've moved out. God tells me to drive down the street or get down the road. There's some kids outside playing basketball. He said, that was some African American kids there. I said that, you know, well, they could have drove their bike over here. So that doesn't impress me. God says, turn the corner. I turned the corner. There's a kid taking out the trash, about 7 years old. And God says to me, I guess they walked over here too. And so it was from that moment I began to do the background demographics on 4th Ward, fell in love with the story of Jack Yates and how through his church he empowered others to be self-sustaining, and learned that they paved these brick streets with their own resources because the city of Houston would not do it. And so when I've joined this coalition because I believe the brick streets connect me to a part of my history. And it's about sharing my story that I've come to 4th Ward to share the story God has placed inside of my heart. And I think the brick streets connect us, connect me and our church to that historical context. And we can't have our story apart from the brick streets.
Wow.
Yes.
See, I thought I was the only one that would sit and, you know, not really debate God, but trying to say, but God. You know, it's like kind of brave there.
Well, yeah, we have that kind of relationship where we can talk back and forth. And he's my friend, you know, so we have that kind of relationship. Now, I can't give you the backdrop. We don't have time to talk about the backdrop of how I was stubborn and all of that. But we're here, and we're fighting for the preservation of these brick streets.
Well, tell us just a little bit more about the church itself. You know, if I'm living in 5th Ward or even in Humble or Channelview or somewhere, and I'm looking for a good church home, you know, tell us some more about your church and your philosophy and beliefs.
Well, our mantra is three words: love, share, love, serve, and share. Love God, serve others, and share your story.
Wow.
And so, by sharing our story, we say that we're not a church that you come to, we're a church that comes to you. Because we believe that we are the church, that God has impressed upon our hearts to be missional minded and to be on mission and do life one with another in the community. And so we're not the church building, but we are a building of believers going into the community to help build a church.
So we're going to be actively involved with the whole Freedmen's town vision.
Yes. When I look at the life of Jesus, I think Jesus was socially active. He fought for social justice. And so that's part of our DNA. A large part of our DNA is to get into the community and be change agents in the community for righteousness.
Okay, so it's not the type of church I can just go to and sit in the back and say, y'all do it, I'm just going to listen to the word. You're actually going to be encouraging me to develop a relationship with God and to be able to hear what Jesus wants me to do. So you believe that we all have a purpose.
Yes, I believe that's laid out clearly in Scripture, that we all have a mission. It's in Matthew 28:19. It's to go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing. And Jesus says, and lo, I'll be with you. And so the mission, it's called the Great Co-Mission, is that we co-partner with Jesus as he fulfills his mission through us. And so I always tell our congregation that God puts us between the bookends of Matthew 28:19 and Matthew 4:19. Matthew 4:19, he says, follow me and I'll make you into disciples. And then Matthew 28:19, he says, go make disciples. And so we're not a stagnant church. A church should not be a church that you come and sit, but it's a church that you go and do.
And you should have a change before you leave.
Yes,
well,
amen.
I'm excited. Why don't you tell us the name of the church again?
Fellowship Church.
Location?
Fellowship Church. Right now we're meeting inside Rose of Sharon Church on Thursdays. We call it Thirsty Thursdays, where we're quenching the thirst one scripture at a time. So that's where we're at, 7 o'clock.
Address?
1106 Valentine Street, Houston, Texas, 77019. You can catch us at 7. We have a little fellowship mixer from 7 to 7:15 where we eat, and then we get into the Word right about 7:15, and then we go to about 8:05. Okay.
Well, thank you so much
for
coming and sharing your story with us. This is Dr. Meredith Dose from Let's Talk About It. We'll see you next time.